Welcome back to Fight Week on Fox. UFC 308 is live in Abu Dhabi this Sunday at 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And guys, we're going to talk about the co-main event. Robert Whittaker, our guy, taking on Khamzat Chimaev. Volk, your thoughts on your mate going into battle?
Oh yeah, man, it's going to be a fun fight. Yeah. And I guarantee you that. You're hearing Rob talk about bringing the fight to Chimaev, saying that he's going to be there, which I know Rob can handle, but I don't feel like he really needs to, because Chimaev will come aggressive. He's going to come forward, he's going to come aggressive, he's going to try and grab a hold of him. And we know Rob can go 5 rounds. I don't know how Chimaev's going to approach this, but I do know how we will. I don't know how we should, though. Like, it's going to be a tricky one. You don't want to stand with Rob Whittaker, that's for sure. Like, you don't want to stand with... yeah, because his striking's incredible. And his takedown defence is incredible too, and he's got the gas tank. But Chimaev has one speed, and he's going to come forward, he's going to come aggressive. So it's going to be a tough first round. But, yeah, I don't know. How do you think that's going?
Do you think there's something in Whittaker's head, because Chimaev has had a lot of illness, injury concerns? Is he sitting here in Abu Dhabi now in his hotel room thinking, am I actually going to be fighting Sunday morning? Do you think that could be going through his head until Chimaev's across the cage from him?
I mean, the fact that he's here now, I think it's all good, you know. He probably was nervous a couple of weeks ago, or, you know, coming into fight week, though. I think he's going to be all good. It's just a training. Chimaev, I think he trains really hard and just runs himself into the ground. So there's injuries and things, and that's just going to happen. But he got through it, so it's fight week now, so he's just got to get the weight down. It's middleweight. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think he turns up.
Is that why Ego's here? Just in case last minute? Yeah, oh, man, eat some cheeseburgers, get down to the scales. We've got Whittaker for you.
Mid-massage, he's going to get the call. Just on Rob, Codes, being the lifelong fan that you are, where does he sit for you in all-time greats and his standing in MMA history?
Well, it's not, you know, the old saying, not how many times you get knocked down, how many times you get back up. And he was the champ, and he's just 4 killers. He's only 2 losses in the last 10 years. It's Adesanya and DDP. Like, that's an insane decade run. And there's a chance if he takes Chimaev out, he can get another crack at the belt. And I think if he wins the belt, that is such an incredible career. I think that's quicker than a you know, flash in the pan, bang, bang, bang belt. I think to get it, lose it, fight all those killers, come back and take it again would be an incredible story.
It's a pleasure right now to be joined by our friend Robert Whittaker. Rob, thanks for doing this, mate. How are you feeling? Only a few days out from a massive fight against Khamzat Chimaev.
Yeah, no, I feel great. I feel great. Coming in to the Hilton, you know, signing in, doing the posters, seeing all the fighters and the people here. It's, yeah. It's like my body just knows, my mind locks in, and it's work time.
You've been focusing on Khamzat for so long. How do you stay motivated for what's such a dangerous fight?
I guess I don't really think about it until we get closer and closer to the fight. Like, now that we're in fight week, like I said, my brain just knows. It switches on, I lock in, game face on sort of thing. So I think coming into the week really solidifies and makes things a little more real. And the mounting tension and pressure will only mount up until, you know, weigh in, and then obviously fight day's crazy.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the tension and pressure, but you look to be fighting with such confidence at the moment, Rob, as we take a look at our Musashi knockout moment and your most recent performance against Ikram Aliskerov. Just absolutely phenomenal. Take us into the mindset Robert Whittaker's in right now as a fighter.
It's hard to pin down, I guess. Like, I draw a lot of confidence and strength from the fact that I am leaving no stone unturned in these camps. Everything I do inside and on the mats and outside the mats, the way I eat, the way I sleep, the way I do everything is just for a singular purpose of fighting and coming up victorious. And I guess mentality-wise, I'm out there duty. You know, if I could sum it up, I reckon that's the word, duty.
Right.
I feel like this is my duty to my family, to my kids, to get in there and to take the fight to him, to walk down my opponents.
Okay, well, let's talk about the fight specifically. I mean, a lot of focus naturally has been placed on Khamzat Chimaev's grappling for this fight, understandably. But, I mean, we saw some vision a little earlier of his striking, and I'll tell you what, it was looking pretty slick. So, is that something that you've paid attention to as much as you have the wrestling this time around?
Mate, he's got small gloves on. Yeah. And you throw a pair of small gloves on just about anybody and they're dangerous to a degree, right? I understand where the talks and where the hype is coming from, because the gravity of this fight, the threat that he brings, of his skill level. He fought Kamaru Usman last fight, and and beat him, and that needs to be respected. And so, with that respect, I've thrown myself into the training. There is nothing I haven't been trying to hit the pinnacle of for this fight.
What did you make of his performance against Usman? And further to that as well, is it difficult to gather information on a guy who fights so infrequently?
To a degree, it's like it was a great fight. I think the way he was able to dominate that first round just leads itself to how well-rounded his skill set and how good he is at what he does. But I'm prepared for the hardest fight of my life, to get in there for 25 minutes and just look to take him out.
We've seen in his fights how early Khamzat likes to shoot, and that, as predictable as that is, could also be like the perfect setup for an ambush. I imagine you and the team have drilled every possibility in that scenario in case he tries to mislead you, right?
Mate, it's a fight, right?
Expect the unexpected.
It's a fight, and without a doubt, he's going to wrestle. So, do with that what you will.
You will undoubtedly fight for the title with a victory here. Do you use that as motivation for this fight, that you will be able to fight Dricus du Plessis or Sean Strickland, depending on who the champion is?
I don't need any more motivation to try and take his head off. I'm there. I'm ready. I'm zoned in. The task is at hand.
Tell everybody watching across Australia right now on Foxtel's Main Event why they need to order UFC 308 this Sunday.
Because, mate, I'm going in there, and I've got 25 minutes to be the hunter, and I'm coming. I'm going hunting.
We can't wait. Go on hunting. Rob, thanks for your time.
Thank you, mate.
As a fan, I don't think I've ever been more scared of an opponent as I am about Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, this guy's an absolute killer codes. He's the boogeyman of the division. Unless you're someone with the flu, then you might be able to rattle him. But he does seem like a guy. Just the highlight reel finishes, picking up opponents and yelling to Dana. It's wild stuff. Like, he's one of those fighters that you watch, and to me, as a fan, when I'm watching fights, I'm like, here are two fighters. He's a guy that looks like a genuine bully. Someone should have been. It looks unfair at times that there's someone in there with him. But I think if anyone can stop it, it's Whittaker.
But did you get to watch his video of him training with the Olympian? So it was the gold medalist Olympian wrestler. I think he's a heavier wrestler as well. 2024 Olympian. So he's active. It wasn't that long ago. And he was over there and having crazy scrambles with the guy. Let me tell you this, that's not easy to do. With a guy that wrestles, lives, breathes wrestling, that's all they'll do. Even if it was just a little clip, some people are going to be like, that would have just been the best part. Even if that's the best part, you do that to an Olympic gold medalist, that's impressive. Really, really impressive. So I was quite surprised when I seen that. I was like, oh, wow. So, he's going to come aggressive, he's going to be strong, he's going to be very good, but I know Rob can handle it. He's shown in the past with your Romero's and that he's hard to hold down. So I feel like...
and he's a lot bigger as well. He's bigger than Usman. He's bigger than Kevin Holland. He's bigger than Gilbert Burns, Yeah,
exactly right. So when Rob Whittaker, I just think his takedown defence is going to be hard to get down. And even if you do get him down, you won't be pinning him. It's very hard to pin. Get right on top. You might get him to a butt or a knee, but Rob's takedown defence or ability to get back up is quite good, and that's going to be key for this one, because Chimaev will grab a hold of him. I can see Chimaev grabbing a hold of him, but not getting the pin. So, and I think that's where he can wear on Chimaev.
I saw sparring vision as well of Khamzat drilling his striking, and my goodness, he looked very, very slick. What's that like for you, Volk? Because obviously you prepared for Islam Makhachev twice, two very wrestling-heavy camps. I imagine Rob would be in a really similar position where he's focusing a lot on the grappling. But how do you weave that into one another?
Yeah, wrestling and grappling, but it's a different style of wrestling grappling as well. So he has had Romero, where Romero is going to be that, freestyle wrestling, just these big, crazy, explosive takedowns, where Chimaev will grab a hold of you and try and really wear you down, get you down, and hold you. His control's really good. So he'll be doing all layers, on the feet. He'll be doing steps of the defense, which will be key. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, just sprawl, and then when I'm on my back, I do this. There's so many steps before then, and you need to have that muscle memory and be ready for every single step on the way down. So, you know, Chimaev's going to be trying to grind him down. You know, you've got to be ready for keeping yourself up, the Grammy rolls, and, you know, just trying to make space and just not really letting him settle on top, which I think Rob will do a great job with. But it's a lot of hours in the gym, and that's why I think Rob's going to be well prepared. He knows what he's in for, and I know how they train. So, you know, he won't be no stone left unturned for sure.
Guys, got to thank you so much for your time today. Brecky and Biffs here on Fox Sports. Don't forget, UFC 308 this Sunday, 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Set those alarms from Abu Dhabi. We'll see you next time.
Brecky and Biffs.
Or push through. Don't go to bed.
Yeah, you could do that.